Good afternoon, everyone. So, before starting with today's session, I just want to ask that if you have completed your experiment number one in last lab, we discussed about the different various paradigms of computational intelligence. We were just getting the introduction at that time, like what is neural network, fuzzy logic, genetic algorithm, or hybrid systems. So you had to make a brief summary of all these four paradigms. So have you completed? Anybody? Anyone who remembered and thought of completing the experiment? Or everyone forgot? What's the case? Yes, students, please answer. Has anyone completed? But truth be, I uploaded the syllabus in the e-content, and in syllabus everything is mentioned. Okay, Balkrishna has completed. That is good. So by today evening, most probably, or by tomorrow, I will share a Google Classroom link with you all. Just join it and then try to upload your experiment number one by Sunday. Okay, yes, that will be fine. By Sunday, I want your experiment number one to be completed and uploaded in the Google Classroom, and then on basis of that, you will be marked. All right, good. So, if we talk about today, as if you all remember in Saturday's lecture, we were having like various doubts about genetic algorithms, that what actually are genetic algorithms and where they were used basically. And in yesterday's lecture, I tried my best to explain that where and how it can be used, what does fitness function, the various operators which are there for GA. I took example of traveling salesman problem. So basically, we have covered what actually genetic algorithms are, where they are used, and why they are used, what was the basic foundation, etc. So, to cover it or to complete it for once and for all, today we will be doing one activity based on that, based on GA, so that you are able to learn in detail about genetic algorithms. You will be able to understand the main motive of learning, um, why we are learning GA. Fennel, I told you I'll be giving you link by today evening or by tomorrow. Please listen. So, as I was saying, so genetic algorithms basically why we need it, what are the basic factors that we need it, and where it can be applied. So for that, I want to make teams for you people, and then we'll be working in teams only. All right. So right now I'm having 14 students, and I have, I guess, 6 questions. So I'll be dividing two people each in the team, and whoever will be left will be in the last. So I'm just writing down the names for the members of every team. So team number one will have Balkrishna and Fenil. Team number two will have Harsh and Harsh Mushroom. So Dhairya also joined. Team number three will be, yes, I will tell you what you have to do. I'm just making the teams right now. Okay. Daria, you can be in team number one with Fenil.
Uh, Excuse me, ma'am. What you
Yes,
said?
Harit.
I hear you.
Actually, we have to perform an activity. Okay. So I'm just making the teams right now. I will be telling you what you have to do. So I just made the first team. The first team will be Balkrishna, Fanil, and Dharya. Is that okay? Okay. So second team is Harsh and Harsh Mashru. Third team is Harsh Savani and Jevin. Team number four will be Lokesh and Milan. Team number five is Mohit and Parth. People are joining now, like after almost 15 minutes. After Mohit and Parth, Nishant joined. Nishant, you will be in team with Mohit and Parth. The last team will be Ruthvi, Sharon, and Yug. And one more person joined. I guess it was Akshita. Akshita, you will be in team number two with Harsh and Harsh Mushroom. Okay, Rutvik is left. Rutvik, you can be in team number three with Harsh, Sabani, and Jevin. Anyone else who is left? I'm repeating the teams once again. Ishika. Okay, Ishika, you can be in team number four with Lokesh and Milan. All right. So the teams are first team Balakrishna, Fenil, and Harya. Then the second team is Harsh Mashru, and Akshita. Third team is Harsh Savani, Javid, and Rutvik. Fourth team is Lokesh, Milan, and Ishika. Fifth is Mohit, Parth, and Nishant. And the sixth team is Ruthvi, Sharon, and you. So, you people are going to do or going to discuss the various questions. The questions are as follows. Please check your chat box. So, the first team has to focus on the question: what is GA? Discuss the meaning of initial population for GA. Second question is: what is fitness function? How can you calculate it? This is for second team. For third team, question is discuss the operator selection. For fourth team, the question is discuss the operator crossover. For fifth, the question is discuss the operator mutation. And the sixth team have to just give the summary of the complete process for genetic algorithm. So I'll be giving you time now, and after that we'll be discussing team by team, and you have to just elaborate it whatever you can find from the internet or whatever sources, and then you have to just explain whatever and however you want to do. You can just no, you have to explain Fenil. You will be unmuting yourself and then you will be explaining, and even you can present your screen if you want to. That is up to you. आपको किस तरह से प्रेजेंट करना है, कितना क्रिएटिव वे से प्रेजेंट करना है, everything is up to you. All right, so I'll be giving you half an hour for this activity. It is 2:46 right now. That is Lokesh, that is why I made teams, that it is not based on just one student. If anybody is having connection problem, he or she can tell his or her teammates that they can just present the screen or can discuss over here. That is not a problem. Okay. Now it's like 2:47 right now. I'll give you time till 3:20. Okay. So by 3:20, please be ready with your questions and then we will just discuss them over here. Is that clear? Okay, students, so your time starts now. Sure, Fennel, no problem. Mohit, your team number is 5. So the question for you is discuss the GA operated mutation. Okay. Okay, you can.
सभी को नमस्कार।
Because please be careful. And have you joined just now? I can see many new names. Okay, Krunal joined. Krunal, at what time have you joined? Krunal, can you please tell at what time have you joined? Also, this hate Godhani. Do you people know what is going on? One more joined. This Rajkumar Khaneria, Mohit Giri Goswami. The four students have joined. Vikas, yes, please answer. Is this the time to join any class? I have already given the activity, and attendance will be marked on the basis of students present in the activity. And I am clear with this thing. Then you must have informed Hate. We have made a group. That is why only. That if you are having any kind of problem or issues in runtime, then you can at least inform. Yes, we do, Fennel. Ruthvi, please look into this and please add Fennel to the group. Team number one, are you ready? Okay. Team one, please start your discussion. or if you want to present, then also you can do. But now it's time. Okay, you can just share it. Yeah, sure.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are audible. Please explain.
And is my screen visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So basically, genetic algorithm was developed by John Holland
Mm-hmm.
uh, and his university colleagues, or you can say students of Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
He developed this algorithm on the basis of real biological evaluation, means genetics. Uh, from parents, their child get their genes, and it is better than them also. And the child can adopt new things from surrounding also. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, genetic algorithm is uh, you can say that it finds the optimized solution from a set of given problems.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, for example, if you search anything on YouTube or in Chrome, then it gives the best output to you. What best matches to your search. This
Mm-hmm.
is the example.
Okay.
And now Fanny will explain about the initial population.
Okay.
Yes, am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Okay, I'm presenting my screen. Just a second. So is my screen visible, ma'am?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, so basically genetic algorithm you can say is similar to what our parents do, what humans do. The name is taken from humans itself. Whatever characteristics parents have, they can pass it on to the children in the form of genes. Similarly, the genetic algorithm will pass on the data sets from the from the parent data sets to the newly formed optimized data sets. So
Okay.
genetic algorithm is a search-based optimization technique which is based on the principles of genetics and natural selection. The easiest way to uh, define initial population is you can take into consideration that suppose your parents have some sort of characteristics that define them, some unique characteristics that even you are having. So you will inherit the properties from your parents,
Mm-hmm.
but the only the most recognized ones will be seen by everyone. So the initial population is the initial data set, which is used by the uh, inheriting data sets from the parent data sets. The first data set.
Okay.
Do you need me to explain anything else, ma'am?
Actually, the question was,
Mm-hmm.
what is GA, and discuss the meaning of initial population.
Mm-hmm.
So, what about initial population? If we are talking in context of machines,
Mm-hmm.
like why do we need it?
uh, if we want to work on some algorithm,
Yeah.
we on suppose a model.
Yes.
Recently, we are making a model for detecting corona COVID-19 using X-rays. So you need some sort of data sets to work on. So the initial population is the data set you take, the solutions that you take.
Okay.
The first set of solutions that you take is the initial population,
Or
because
even
you need a place where you can start working on.
we can say that the initial population basically means the input that we are provided to the algorithm.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that is good. All right, now team number two is Harsh, Harsh Mashru, and Akshata. Please explain your question. That was, what is fitness function and how can you calculate it?
Ma'am, ma'am, is it visible? Is my screen visible?
Yes, screen is visible, but your audio is not clear.
Yeah, 1 minute. Hello?
Yes,
Hello? Okay, ma'am.
yes, you are audible.
Ma'am, is my PPT visible?
Yes, presentation is visible.
Uh, Ma'am, the fitness function is also known as a evaluation function.
Mhm.
Basically, uh, basically it takes the candidate solution of a problem as an input, and it gives.
Akshata, Akshata, please listen to me. Your audio is very distorted.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, I think network problem is there because here it's like, ma'am,
Can
बारिश हो रही है
anyone
तो
of your can anyone of your teammates explain?
ma'am, Harsh Mushroom.
Okay, Harsh, please take on the charge.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, fitness function is kind of one solution, and that solution you can pass into the problem, and on the basis of that solution, you give the input and generate the output. So that is what the fitness function. And suppose if I want to go to Surat, so there are many ways to go to Surat, but in efficient way, there is one efficient path to go to Surat. So that is your fitness score, and on the basis of your fitness score, all the test cases
आराम से.
will follow that
हमें
path.
कहीं भागना नहीं है हर्ष. We are not running anywhere. आराम से समझाओ.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
Actually, if my problem is like I want to go to Surat, like so there are many ways to go to Surat, but there is one efficient way to go to Surat to reach the Surat. So that efficient way will be the fitness score of the that function. So all the remaining test cases will follow that path, that efficient path. So that is what the fitness function gives the output, this efficient way. So that's what the fitness function, and the calculation of the fitness function is like that only to find that efficient path. So that is what the yeah.
Akshata, do you want to add
Hello.
something to it?
Ma'am, in generic algorithms, when each solution is generally represented as a string of binary numbers known as chromosomes. So we have to test the solutions, and for each solution there will be a score which will be presented. So it score will be indicate how close given solution is to the desired goal of the given.
Exactly. Yes, that is correct.
So this is the main like, or we can say the calculation basis of fitness function,
Okay.
and it can be presented as a formula like the inverse of inverse of x plus y plus z minus t is known as fitness function.
And
And
what is x, y, and z over here, and what is t over here?
ma'am, they are the variables, like set of values we have to find for x, y, and t, and the total value will be considered as t.
But what type of variables are these? Okay, we are नहीं पता. That is okay. So basically,
And there is one.
yes.
There is one example also which will be presented by Harsh Martha.
Okay, please explain.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Just a second, ma'am. I'm presenting my screen.
Sure.
Okay, ma'am. Is my screen visible?
Just a second. I think it is. Yes, it is visible.
Ma'am, is this code visible?
Yes, yes, it is.
Okay, so ma'am, here I've developed this small project on genetic algorithms,
Okay.
wherein we have to find a more efficient path to a goal. So I'll run it, and then you can see it's self-explanatory.
Okay.
So you can see these dots. These are the initial stage dots, and the green dot which is visible here is the one with highest fitness score. So as
cannot
soon
see
as
it.
a
We are
dot reaches near to the red dot,
Harsh, we cannot see it. We can just see the
okay,
code.
ma'am, is it visible?
No.
Okay, just a second. Ma'am, is this visible?
You are not presenting right now. Yes, now it is visible. Yes.
Just a second, ma'am. Ma'am, is the screen visible?
No.
Okay. Okay, ma'am, this is visible.
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, so you can see the dots here.
Mm-hmm.
They are the initial set.
Okay.
So as the dot reaches, so the goal is to reach this red dot here.
Okay.
So the green dot is the one with highest fitness score,
Okay.
and all the other dots try to follow it,
Mm-hmm.
and then they mutate. So they go in different directions.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, the path they follow is behind this green dot. So as this green dot reaches, whichever dot reaches more nearer to the red dot, gets the highest fitness score,
Okay.
and this is how the fitness score is calculated here.
Mm-hmm.
So if the dot reaches the red dot, that is the goal,
Okay.
then it will have score 1, that is the highest score possible.
Mm-hmm.
And if it doesn't reach the goal, then its position is measured, and then it is sent to this distance goal float variable, and then it is calculated. The fitness is calculated like Akshita showed, that 1 by xyz, but I don't have that many variables here, so it's only 1 by distance goal, by distance to goal, and then the complete distance to goal, total distance. From just a second, this will complete the running in around 30 seconds.
Sure, that is fine.
As you can see, the dots are starting to reach the right wall of the screen.
Yes. Okay.
So one dot has reached around here,
Yeah.
so it will be the fittest dot.
Yes. Yeah, that is correct.
So the green dot is representing the highest fitness, the dot with highest fitness, and one dot has reached the goal. So now it will guide other dots, and slowly this will become efficient. The others will start following it.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so very well explained. So the example was very good. So as you people would have understood that how actually fitness function works and how actually genetic algorithm works. Very well explained by Harsh. Okay, now moving on to team number 3, that is Harsh, Savani, Jevin, and Rutvik. So your question was discuss the GA operator selection. Sure. Okay, up to you. If you can explain well without sharing screen, then you can. I have no problem.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
First of all, what is a selection? Selection is the stage of a genetic algorithm in which individual genomes are chosen from a population for the later breeding. The process that determines which solution are to be preserved and allowed to reproduce and which one deserve to die out. The primary objective of the selection operator is to emphasize the good solution and eliminate the bad solution in a population while keeping the population size constant. Function of selection is the main function using this selection is the fitness function which will explain by the previous team member. So first of all, why we use the selection operator among others? This selection operator provide a solution quickly as compared to the other traditional optimization technique. The different technique are like tournament selection, routlet wheel selection, proportional selection, rank selection, steady state. There are different techniques to implement selection in GA. The other PPT slide is the selection operator, which will explain by Javin. Hello. Am I audible?
Okay.
So I will explain what is the selective pressure in selection operator.
Okay.
Select. So different selection operator are categorized by their selective pressure. Selective pressure indicate probability of the best individual being selected among the all.
Okay.
So
I will give one example of deep rank selection.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, for example, if best best chromosome fitness is 19% of all related will, then other chromosome will be have very few chance to be selected. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
for fitness score is high, so they selected chance to selected are more than fitness score low.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, ma'am, that's all.
Okay. So basically, the selection operator is something that is needed when we are inputting or initializing the population. Once the population is initialized, then we use the selection operator to choose the basic initial inputs or the population if we talk about chromosomes. So in that case, there are actually three types of selection criteria as he was talking about. And he gave example of Rowlett wheel. We are not supposed to go in that direction right now. So this is what they have explained. All right, moving on. Team number 4. Lokesh, Milan and Ishika. Yes, that is correct. Jevin, you can just unmute yourself, please. All right. So, Lakesh, can you just discuss it if you're not able to even share the screen, like how team number 3 did? This writing thing is not okay.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible? Hello. Hello.
Lokesh, I know about your network issue, but I'm talking about that there are two other members in your team. So, anyone of
Hello,
them
ma'am.
can explain. Yes, Milan.
Uh, our topic is crossover in genetic algorithm.
Yes.
Basically, crossover is a technique to get a new offspring from two or more parents, and get in this technique you are getting two or more child. Type of If we are talking about type of crossover, then let me first start with single point crossover. In this type of technique, we are divide the property of parents' chromosome into two parts and mix it with other parents, and we are getting two new offspring which have a more advanced property than their parents one. And second one is a multi-point. Second one is a 2 point. In this technique, we are divide the properties of a parents into three parts, and then cross over them and getting a new offspring which have a uh, more advanced technology or a more advanced property than previous one. If we are talking about the in a real life example, like if you some algorithm, if you want to find out the if a user is able to paying the uh, if user is it user paying the bill or not, then it's depend on their previous installment and all these things. If you are getting two properties, then we are dividing into two parts and cross over them, and again whichever is the best, then we are putting into the offspring and getting the new offspring, and that's why we are getting a better algorithm than previous one. Moreover, will be explained by Ishika.
Okay, Ashika.
Yes, ma'am. So I'm going to explain about multi-point crossover and uniform crossover. Ma'am, in multi-point crossover, we take the two parents and we divide their genes into three crossovers, so that they are divided into more than three parts. Then after taking three crossovers, we will not make things complicated, and we just take the alternate genes of both the parents.
Mm-hmm.
And then in uniform crossover, we don't divide the chromosome into segments. We just toss a coin. Like if it gets one, then we have to swap the chromosome of both the parents, and if it gets zero, then we don't have to swap the chromosomes of the parents. By this the offsprings are produced. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, very well explained, Ashika. So basically, crossover is one of the operators for genetic algorithms. So they explain the various types of crossover techniques that are available, and they also give the real life example. All right, so our next team is Mohit, Parth, and Nishant, and their question is mutation.
Hello, good evening, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you are Mohit.
Yes, ma'am. My topic is mutation.
Yes.
And first of all, I want to explain what is a mutation. Mutation is a sudden twist in the chromosomes
Mm-hmm.
to obtain to obtain new species.
Yes.
It is very needful for maintaining and introducing
Mm-hmm.
diversity in the genetic population.
Okay.
In the mutation, the probability of new species should be low, so that there is a more random solutions, as there is no crossover between different species. So the mutation is very essential for more diversity.
Okay.
There is I'm going to explain 5 types of mutation. First of all, Whitflip mutation.
Mm-hmm.
In Whitflip, suppose we take a series of bits like 1010, and we randomly select one of the bits and we flip the value of that bit. Suppose we select at the third array there is a 1, so we are going to flip the value of that array. There should be 0. Then random settings. In this, we just select a random values according the given arrays. And the third is the swap mutations. In this, we select any two position in the arrays, and we swap the value of that two values.
Okay.
And next two example explained by Nishant.
Okay, Nishant.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, ma'am. So basically, I will explain fourth and fifth type of mutation. The
Mm-hmm.
fourth one is scrambled mutation. Scrambled mutation is also popular with permutation representation. So
Okay.
in this form, the entire chromosome subset of genes is chosen and their values are scrambled with each other
Mm-hmm.
randomly. Like if the value area of the value is from 0 to 9, so we can give it a range of numbers like from 2 to 6. They will scrambled it by itself, and they will from 2 to 6 they will sit by itself, like 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. It will become 0 1 3 6 4 2 5 randomly. So they scramble themselves, and the next one is inversion mutation. In this mutation, we select a subset of genes like in a scramble mutation. But instead of shuffling the subset, we invert the entire string in the subset. Like if we given string from 2 to 6, we invert the whole string. Like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6 will become 0, 1, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 7, 8, 9 as it is.
Okay. So,
Okay, ma'am.
in this team, can you give some real-time example for this?
No, ma'am.
Okay, that was okay. All right, so we now moving on to the last team, that is Rukvi, Sharon, and Yog, and they had to explain the complete process of GA.
Hello.
Yes, so Rukvi, is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please explain.
Okay, like so, as all of them have already explained in such a good manner, so like we would just like to summarize all these points. So, firstly, I'll be starting with genetic algorithm.
Okay.
Genetic algorithm is a search-based optimization technique, and basically it is based on the principles of genetics and natural selection, and it is frequently used to find optimal or near optimal solutions to the difficult problems. And optimization is nothing but it is just finding the values of inputs in such a manner that we get the best output values. And now coming on to initial population. So initial population is a set of suboptimal solutions which are provided as inputs to a genetic algorithm and from which we can obtain optimal solutions for that particular problem. And we are having two primary methods for initial population. The first one is random initialization, and the second one is heuristic initialization. And now coming on to fitness function, it is just a function which will take input as a candidate solution of that particular problem and produce the output that how fit or how good that solution is with respect to that problem in consideration. And like Harsh Marthak has already explained the example for this. So
Yes.
now the remaining part will be explained by Yog.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
So I will explain selection, crossover, and mutation. So the purpose of the selection is to select the best fitted the person. Means if I take the example of the voting, so if any person is above 18 age, so he is eligible to vote. So the selection will select all the set of the person who will be greater than 18 age. And after selection, the crossover means in crossover we have the chromosome. In chromosome we have many cells. So the value of cell will be in the bits 0 and 1. So if we take the value of crossover equal to 2, so the first two bits will be remain same and rest all bits will be interchanged. So we can select the person which are greater than 18 age. So the crossover will interchange the bits after these first two bits. And the last mutation is, in mutation we will replace the value of 0 with 1. So we can get the set of the people which are eligible for voting. So this process is used to select the best fitted person.
Okay. Anything else you want to add?
No, ma'am. So these are the selection, crossover, mutation I have done.
Okay. So, all right. So, as you people have discussed and all topics that were actually there in GA. So now I'm hoping that everyone is clear with what actually genetic algorithm is. And if we talk about your experiments, let me just share my screen. So this was the first experiment that we discussed in your last lab, that was explain in brief about neural network, fuzzy logic, genetic algorithms, and hybrid systems. So you just have to write about them briefly, about what they are, why are they being used, and where are they being used actually. So if you see, your second experiment is study and analysis of fuzzy and crisp logic. We have not started fuzzy logic in that detail till now, or you don't know actually what actually crisp logic is. So that is why I've just skipped this one for now. Then we'll do chapter number 3. Then only we will discuss this. So now we studied about genetic algorithm. Every one of us know that what actually genetic algorithm is, where it's used, its applications, etc. So now your task will be to complete experiment number 3, that is study and analysis of genetic algorithm life cycle. We also discussed the life cycle that was there. We also discussed in last lecture also, and also the last team explained it very well. So this is basically what actually genetic algorithm life cycle looks like. So what you have to do is you have to explain each and every part of genetic algorithm life cycle in detail, along with its applications and why and when it can be used. About like selection, crossover, mutation, what is survivor selection, what is fitness function, etc. So I hope I'm clear with this thing. By Sunday, I'm hoping that you will be able to complete your experiment number 1 and you will be able to upload as well. I will share the link of Google Classroom with you people. So by next week, I can hope that you will be able to complete your experiment number 3 as well. Will it be okay? Will it be okay for everyone? Okay, that is good. So now let's just take the attendance, because this was the only thing that we had to discuss today. Okay, Nishant is saying. Nishant, we are not sure about it. If you will be having mid-sim, that in that case we will just postpone this thing. Is that okay? You won't be burdened. That is my promise. All right. Now I'll be just taking out the names. So, students, please unmute yourself and tell me the roll numbers. Okay, Balkrishna,
136, ma'am.
36. Fenil,
63.
okay. Dhairya,
77.
77. Harsh,
Ma'am, 190.
190. Harsh Mushroom,
164.
164. And the students, I'm really sorry if I pronounce your names or your surnames in wrong way. I actually don't know. I'm really sorry. And then now Akshata,
86.
sorry,
86.
86. Okay. Now Harsh Savani, Harsh Savani, is he there? All right.
08, ma'am, 108.
108. Jevin,
85.
85. Rutvik,
79.
79. Lakesh, 135. Milan,
127.
127. Ishika,
130.
130. Mohit,
I'm 37.
37. Parth, 16 series, 67. Okay, Nishant,
I'm 67.
sorry.
67.
Okay, Nishant is 67 as well. Rutvi,
Ma'am, 19.
19. Yes, Balkrishna, I have written 36 only. Don't worry. Sharon? $73. You. 119. Okay, students, today we got free early. So this was it for your CI lab. Thank you for joining.